Hi everyone, my name is Zinjy and welcome back to another episode on the Cornerstone SMP. As you can see, I'm starting to prep for what we're going to be doing in this episode and I'm just under the ruins. Yeah, this is what we're going to be doing today. But as you've just seen from the video there, we finished off the beehive. Yeah, it looked pretty cool, pretty awesome. We did a live stream recently. If you're not following live streams, it's twitch.tv/zinjy_gaming. You can find me over there and we hang out, we create a lot of cool stuff as you've just seen, and we just chat. It's awesome, it's quite chilled, it's quite cool, and yeah, pop along, say hi. But yes, as you can see here, I'm starting to dig out for what we're going to be doing in today's episode, as I said, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be linking this top part with our base underground. And what I'd actually like to do first is just dig out a small little room, because there's a little thing I want to do before we actually do the link to it. So what I'd actually like to do is I'd actually like to build a small little tomb just in this area here. And then within that tomb, we can have a secret room leading into something that is what's going to be, you know, the main way for, you know, getting from up here down to the bottom. But I actually need to sort of dig out the room a little bit so we can get the tomb sort of started. And we don't want to make the tomb too big, we just need to make it a decent enough size that we're able to make it look like a tomb, but then we've also got enough room that we can sort of dig through the back wall and add what we're going to add on the back wall as well, because as you can probably see from me just sort of digging through here, we're getting fairly close to the beach. So yeah, that might become a problem, but this is kind of what we've got so far. I've got the staircase sort of half in, I've sort of changed up the blocks just now just so we've got the stairs coming. You can sort of kind of see where we're going with it, and I'm sort of experimenting with the walls. I like this sort of design with the stairs. It's not going to stay the stone brick completely. I want to throw in a bit of the mossy stone brick or mossy cobblestone as well, just to sort of, you know, stick with the rune theme that we have upstairs. But we're definitely made a start. It's starting to sort of come together a little bit, and a little bit more work and our mausoleum slash tomb is definitely starting to come along. Yeah, I've added a lot more to it now. I've kind of gone with a different colour contrast in here as well, because it's meant to be a sort of fancy mausoleum, so we don't want it to be, you know, exactly the same as we have upstairs, because that was like a monument. This is a mausoleum, it's technically a grave, you know, so it's got to be kind of fancy, especially for whoever was buried in here. So I've kind of gone with the granite on the walls just to break up, you know, the grey a little bit, and I've gone with the diorite polished and just the standard in the floor and the roof. I'm not too sure having it in both. I like it on the floor. I like just using the diorite itself just to break up the polished diorite. It looks like it's worn away. Of course, this isn't done. You know, like we need to ruin it. This is too perfect. So I need to obviously get a lot more, as I was saying earlier on, I need to get more mossy cobblestone in. You know, the mossy variety of the stone brick. And as I say, sort of similar to what we've got up there, you know, just with even just getting cobblestone and replacing some of even the roof with cobblestone or even dirt, and that just sort of breaks up a little bit, and we'll get vines and stuff in as well. But we're definitely making nice progress. I like how we're coming along. I've also, you know, gone at the wall here. This is kind of where we're going to have either a door or where we're going to have like possibly like a wall that's going to be crumbling, or it looks like it has crumbled sort of over time, and then you'll be able to sort of like walk around the mausoleum or the tomb, which is going to be sitting here, and then you'll be able to go into the wall which just says crumbled away, which might take you down another small little staircase, which is where we're going to build the next part of this, of how we're going to get from up here to down there. But we are making really good progress with this. What I'd kind of like to do first though is actually get the staircase completely finished. So we'll get the walls in and we'll get the torches and the lighting coming down here just to make it look a bit better. And we want to also remove all the stone because we don't want it complete stone. I mean, yes, we'll have the occasional, you know, stone in the wall, but I prefer to actually change most of it out. The only part I'm undecided is whether I should use the same sort of block palette we have in here, because I like kind of what we have in here. Obviously this will get ruined, so we'll be ripping a lot of this out and sort of replacing stuff, but I like the colour change, you know, so it's not completely grey. I'm not sure if we should do that sort of coming down here as well. I think it might look like, you know, it might make it look quite cool if I can get my words out. But maybe just sticking sort of with the different contrasts to grey, so like the stone brick or the andesite or just, you know, the cobblestone, which I've got some of now as well. I think that might be look at a bit better, so that, you know, it's been weathered coming in, so the weather's obviously affected the staircase. But then having the colours is obviously quite good, just because it's the, you know, it's the mausoleum itself. You know, it's the person's burial site, and obviously they would have a change of colours here. But yeah, that's something to definitely sort of think about and work in. And I have now kind of changed up the colour slightly, as you can see. We've gone away with the complete grey coming down, and we've worked in, you know, the kind of floor we have down here. I thought that was maybe the best idea, was to try and work the diorite and the polished diorite into the staircase, and then make some of it grey. So as I say, it is open to the elements, so it is going to get weathered over time. But then of course the further we come down the stairs, I mean, I probably could take a couple of these blocks out and just change some of these for grey. But then once we get actually into the tomb, this obviously won't be affected by the actual elements, so it makes it look a bit, a bit cleaner in here. Obviously this will get roughed up a bit more, as I say. And then I've started coming to the walls, and I've taken some of the stone brick, because obviously it was never going to stay. We do want to start changing it up. So what I want to do is I want to use the granite that we have and just sort of place these in, but then also use like the torches, or sorry, the lanterns that we already have already, just as the actual light source. And then we can maybe work the same sort of similar staircase round with the granite as well. And then we can use the full blocks, or we can use a stair block like this as the bottom, and then the granite, the stair block for the granite with the lantern on top, kind of similar to this. But I want to get away from having the exact same pattern, so we're just going to use the full blocks for now, and then we're just going to slowly make our way up the stairs and work it in kind of both sides. It's coming out great so far. Just got this last little bit just to go, and then that'll be at least this part done. And we pop this lantern and we're done. Staircase is looking cool. Yeah, it looks really awesome. I like how we've got lanterns incorporated in each. So every two, we've got a lantern coming down both sides. We managed to mix up the staircase a little bit more, so we've got a variety of andesite and the polished diorite, and just your regular diorite, as well as occasional cobblestone just at the top of the cobblestone slabs, just to mix up as you're coming to the top. So it looks a bit more, weathered. It's been more exposed to the elements, shall we say. But this is looking quite cool. It is looking very cool. It's not the same as, I kind of thought maybe like kind of similar to the cave, but then why would it? Because that cave is meant to be obviously naturally generated. This is meant to be built by man, and obviously degraded over time. And I think it's come out quite well. Obviously there's still a few more things we could do to it. So if we can get some vines and maybe take some of the blocks out here or there, and maybe pop in like weeds. I reckon we put some dirt down in some of the blocks and put like weeds on top, try and get weeds to grow. I think that would give it a different look as well. But yeah, it's looking great. It is looking really cool. Of course, we've still got this room to do because it's not been touched. It's still, as fresh as a daisy. So it needs to be weathered. But I kind of, as I say, I want to get like a couple of weeds in and a couple of vines just to mix up and look a bit more weathered overall. And this is kind of more what I imagined. Just, not being perfect. Just we've got little holes in the ground to sort of come off the sides with weeds coming in here. And then just the occasional, as I say, grass block that we've been put in just in the stairs. So just like a staircase almost been, it's been weathered away so much, it's been ripped out. And then we've got obviously weeds now growing. Same with just in the walls as well. And then we have the vines coming down. Just, it looks so much better. Yeah, just that little addition and just that little change definitely makes the staircase pop. And that's exactly what I was going for. Yeah, it just, it adds so much more to it. I love it. I've also started the roof down here as well, actually, in the mausoleum. Not doing too much, just changing it. I say, I don't want this place to be, I want it to be, wrecked per se, but I don't want it to be like that because it's not got direct, like skylight, if you know what I mean. So there wouldn't be direct rain thrashing in or like destroying it, but I want it to still look like it's old and has been run down. And the way I'm kind of going to get around that is, you can see up here I've got like the mossy cobblestone and I've got the dirt. Now what I want to do is I actually want to try and sort of experiment with this. So if I actually just pop this dirt block out here and then this dirt block out here, and then what we'll do is if we take a water bucket and put that as a source block, and then what we'll do is if we cover that up, now what I'll do is obviously that'll get rid of the water, but then there'll be a source block above this this dirt, as you can see, and you can see when there's a source block above a block, it actually drips. Now what I want to do is I want to do that on this one as well, and you can see if you sort of stand back, you'll be able to see the drips coming through, possibly. There we go, yep, you can see the drip come down. So what I want to do is, where the drips are coming in, also we'll have our sort of tomb in the middle, but we can also have, where the drips come down, we can have like it's been dripping for quite a while. And if the tomb's sitting here, maybe the corner of the tomb's maybe just completely worn away and it's sort of wearing the floor away as well and start to spread out. So here we could start with maybe some mossy cobblestone and then work our way out and then get back to the white. And I'd say I want to do the exact same here as well. So I just get rid of this one and place our second bucket and then place that one back in, and it'll do the exact same job there. And then we'll have two spots that are dripping, as you can see, and it just adds that really cool dripping effect. It's quite nice if you're doing it sort of on the ground in a long corridor and you've got a lot going on, because then you can add a lot of drips. But I don't want to do too much in here, as I say, because of the size of the room. I don't want to overtake, or completely overtake the room, but I wanted a bit of a weathered effect in here, but I didn't want it obviously to look like that because that's the rail outside. I just want to go for a different feel, and I think this is going to be quite cool. Obviously I need to do the change the floor up and weather the rest of the room, but I like this. This is very cool. And guys, I'm excited to show you because we've now finished the tomb. If I come on down here, you can see our final product. This looks awesome. I love how it's come out. I love how we've got the, you know, the dripping like we had before, as I just showed you guys, but we've now got the vines extending down, so as if it's, you know, it's seeping through the dirt like the palm tree just above, and the, you know, the vegetation is starting to come through, and it's absorbed actually into the room itself, and you can see they're starting to hang. We've got some leaves doing the exact same job with some vines coming off, and the floor I'm absolutely loving. You can see we've got our tomb here, which is made out of sandstone. I like the little sandstone. Is it Chelsea sandstone this is called? I can never quite remember, but yeah, is it Chelsea sandstone? Yes, it's Chelsea sandstone. I like just having the face. I think that's quite a nice addition, because then it maybe looks as if there's maybe someone important that was in that tomb. But then of course we've got the withered tomb, as you can see. We've got the mossy stone brick on top, and then you can see the tomb sort of collapse slightly because there's been so much water coming in, dripping on it, that over time it's eroded, and you can see the floor is eroded away as well. And we've got like a couple of weeds with the grass, and then you can see the floor, we've got like a lot of puddle. And I've gone just for a little bit of debris using, you know, the stone buttons, kind of like I did up for the island. And we've got the same sort of thing running this side as well, and it just looks cool. I am loving how all this is looking. It looks so awesome. But we're not done, of course. We've still got this room here, and this is what's going to, as I said earlier on, this is what's going to be connecting us from this point to our bottom point. And the idea that I actually have in mind is, I'm going to have to obviously dig all this out first, but what I'd like to do is, I would actually like to build an elevator. Yeah, I would like to build like a redstone, you know, old school, well not old school, but here we go. I'd like to build like an actual, wait, there we go, and that connects us down. Yeah, I'd like to build an elevator coming from that point up there, probably a little bit further down. I'll need to obviously try and watch out where the wheat farm is, because I know it's just below us. But yeah, I'd like to build a redstone elevator using slime blocks and honey blocks, and I think that'd be quite a cool way. So if you're coming in up there, let me just get back up. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, if you're just sort of coming in up here, we'll have this wall sort of ruined a little bit, and it'll be sort of stepping through. We'll have a button here, and then the elevator will then take us down to the bottom floor of where our base is. And then obviously we'll have a recall button, so we can, you know, we can access it down there, or we can access it up here, depending on what we want to do. But that is my idea, and I think that is going to be very cool. But I want to kind of get this little bit done first. Because I don't want it looking like this. I want it to be sort of crumbled as if there was a wall here, but there's a secret, you know, a secret elevator behind the wall. And there we go, nothing too complicated, just enough. Obviously you'll notice the hole in the wall at the back of the room, but I kind of like this coming out. It looks like the sort of the rest room, so it fits in quite well. And of course this is where we're going to put our elevator, right here, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to get that in. That is going to look so cool. I've done the roof here as well, just obviously do the walls. I mean, yeah, I should put the elevator in, because the elevator is obviously going to be a slime and honey one, and yeah, I need to work that out, how it's not going to be able to attach to certain things. I also need to do a little bit of digging down there to work out where it's going to go. Yeah, because obviously I don't think I want to go on stairs. Yeah. But I think I'm actually going to give this little project a break for today. We've been here for a little while, started building it. This has come out great. I'm loving it. But there's, as I said, as you've probably seen at the beginning of the episode, I did a live stream recently and I finished off the bee farm, but there was something I wasn't actually able to do, and I kind of want to get that finished today. So I'm going to head off to the bee farm, and we're going to try and get a little project that I was starting on stream finished off today. And the project in question is this. Yeah, I managed to get this sort of started on the stream, but I wasn't able to get it done because I didn't have enough honey. I'm hoping I have enough honey now to kind of get in, because what I want to do is I want to do the same as we have over here. So when we actually come down into this room, we also have the honey, and we have the water stream. So, you know, you can go up and go down like this. And I want to do the exact same thing in that corner over there. Okay, so this is all the honey I have. I don't know if this is going to be enough, but I'm sure we're going to give it a try. At least if I can maybe get a, you know, like a water stream on like one of the walls. So it doesn't have to be both like this. If at least I can get it on one, then we might be okay, because then I can get away with making, you know, two sides like the honey like this, and then the other two sides can be either, you know, honeycomb, or just like a, you know, another block that we could use. I'll probably go with the honeycomb, to be honest, and then incorporate like stone as we're going further down, just to get away from then the, you know, the hive sort of feel. But yeah, I need to get more honeycomb, which I have plenty of, luckily. So I'm going to craft up some honeycomb blocks, and then we'll get down and we'll try and construct this water stream. So what I'm probably thinking is I'm probably going to have the actual water stream just sitting in this side part of the wall here. So we'll have to take this one out, and then we'll have to dig that section out and this section out. Well, we need to dig all the sections, but we need to dig this particular one out, and that's where the water's going to sit. And then we'll also have the honey here, and we'll have the honey there, and that's how we'll get up, and that's how we'll get down. And then that side and that side, we can make honeycomb going all the way down to the bottom. And that is exactly what we did. We made it honeycomb on both sides. As you can see, I've added in streamlights just to light the actual water vapor up itself. And we also have the honey in and the water in as well. and it's built. We have ourselves a working water veter. I've also left the chest with the water in down the bottom here, as you can see, just in case I want to take, you know, just a leap of faith. I don't want to wait for the, you know, to slide down the honey to the bottom. I just want to jump. We'll leave this in, and then, you know, it's a quick way down. But we're connected from our bee farm down to our base, which is great. So that means we're going to have two ways in. We're going to have the elevator once we get that built, and then we've got this way. So we finally have ways to access our base. And if we just shoot on back up here, I might have to fill it out with it, because as you can see, I do get stuck on this block here, and I know why. It's just the way these sort of things work. So I might have to, you know, maybe swap this block out just for nothing. I don't want the water showing, but if I've got to, I've got to. It'll be okay, but it's something we can work out. But yeah, we're connected up, and I'm glad we've done this, because this was something that was kind of bothering me, but it looks really cool. And one last thing I'd like to do today is actually head over just to the shopping districts. There's something in the shopping district that I want to see if I can try and get my hands on. Hopefully it's in stock. Because I have a feeling that it may actually be able to help with kind of what we're going for at our island. So I'm going to head over to the shopping district, and we'll see if this particular item is in stock. Right, and the shop we need to actually head to is actually Nellis's shop, which is located just behind our own shop, just over here. Of course, Nellis is our business partner, so I want to see if our business partner has a certain item that I know she sells, obviously. I want to see if she maybe has it in stock, because I think it's going to help me out greatly for our island project. And it's this right here. I want to use this banner. I mean, we're obviously building around the volcano, and well, that's a very noisy llama. I also want to build a volcano over at our place. I have one kind of immediately built. But I think this banner, in particular, how much are these? How much now? 3 diamonds per banner design. Cool. Yeah, so I think this is actually going to help quite a lot, because we could actually probably use this for multiple different things over at our island base itself. Let me get some diamonds out, and I'll go purchase one of these, and then I can explain what I'm thinking. Right, so what I'm thinking is, with this banner design itself, of course it looks like a volcano, which is exactly what we've gotten over there, as I said before, but I reckon we could actually use this quite efficiently round the island. I know this is meant to be our ruins, but you would imagine this tribe or ancient, you know, ancient people would have had some sort of, you know, a lot of these ancient tribes and people that lived in the Pacific, you know, they had their own banners and they had their own designs for stuff. And that's what I want to do here as well. And I reckon this banner would work absolutely perfect. Even if we don't get away with sort of putting it up on, you know, the above ground, because obviously you can't make a sort of weathered away banner. That'd be really cool. But even if we could just have this sort of sitting about occasionally, I mean, it's quite cool there, but it does look quite fresh compared to the rest of the build. So what I'm thinking basically is we use this, but if I can actually mine it, thank you. We use this banner sort of down here in the tomb, and then we also use it down in the underground base once we have it built as well. And we can incorporate this in several different places. And I think personally it's going to look quite cool going around, and this can be kind of what these guys used as their symbol in a way. You know, like this is their symbol. When you see this symbol, you know these guys were on this island. This was their island, and that's what I want to do. So obviously I'll have to duplicate it, but at least we have the banner design, so we can use this whenever we need. And we could probably do a lot of cool things with this as well. However, guys, that is going to have to wait till a future episode. Yeah, I've run out of time for today, so I'm probably going to end the episode there at that. We have managed to get a great deal amount done. This room is looking awesome. I love how this room looks. It's come out great. I couldn't even imagine it was going to come out this good. And even now, just obviously getting the drop in, we'll try and get the elevator done next episode as well. That'll be quite cool. And we managed to also get the bee farm complete as well. We've got the water veter in too. It's been very productive. And I love this banner. I love this banner. Yeah, this banner looks really cool. And as I say, we'll get that. Hopefully on the next episode we can work out different ways and means that we can use the banner. Of course, if you guys have any ideas how we can maybe use the banner, drop a comment down below. That'd be awesome. Let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking personally, shields. Yeah, shields with armor stands, but I don't need to say much more than that. Anyway, guys, as I say, that's going to be it for me today. So if you have liked what you've seen, by all means drop a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Anyway, guys, that's it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys!